Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope that you're doing well this evening. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself, set any requests for your personal healing and well-being. We're going to start things off with a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. My name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. All of the links and information are in the description. And just a heads up, today is the last day of the Shop Small 2023 coupon code, which is 20% off all gift certificates for distance sessions and distance readings, including the ones that you buy yourself, as well as 20% off all crystals. And again, that coupon code is SHOPSMALL2023 with no spaces. So let's go ahead, we'll dive in and we'll start building that grid. Awesome. Whoops, camera is a little bit off and definitely a little bit bright. Just let me adjust this for us. Still getting used to this camera. Ugh. Let's start there. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see who all we have in here. Looks like we have JS, good to see you. Jennifer Vatsa, Still Not Still, Flower, Key, and or, well, definitely Patty. Maybe Key. Oh, wait, Patty's at the meeting. Okay, so just Patty, but Key may watch this later. Love to both of you. And Chris, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Those of you who stopped by and spent part of it with me, I'm so grateful. So let's go ahead and dive in. Right here to start things out, we have our mirror, and this helps to reflect and deflect any kind of negative energy. The copper spiral helps to break up energy blockages, get the optimal flow of energy going. And we do have some starter crystals in here today. We had some, hello, welcome in, Melissa. Just to help out someone who would like to be here but they can't be, we have some moss agate. Moss agate is lovely for every kind of infection or illness that might be impacting the body. It helps to give your body kind of the upper hand. It's also helpful for inner child work, higher self work, and being connected to spirit and unconditional love. We also have peridot, which helps with releasing guilt, jealousy, and anger. It's also really helpful for bolstering friendships, helping to find and release limiting habits and patterns, and can be really wonderful for any kind of digestive upset too. And pink tourmaline, which is incredible for headaches and migraines, as well as nerve pain and any kind of gynecologic issue. Also helpful for supporting the bond between mother and newborn, and for helping break down any negative self-image so that we can start to get to know ourselves a little better, take a look at ourselves with fresh eyes, and begin to start a better relationship with ourselves. So that is pink tourmaline. So, sorry. Okay, let's start there. I feel like I'm always adjusting. Okay. So yes, let's see what requests we have. I'd love the request from all of you. Oh, that's a wonderful bunch of things for Chris and for Patty. I'm going to work those both in, and I will get everyone's request before we finish up today. So let's see what we have here. Hey, let's see. Guilt and not feeling like enough for Still Not Still. Yeah, let's do that. So guilt, and also I see gotcha. definitely helped with the peridot for that still not still, but let's bring in some snowflake obsidian and let's bring in some yellow calcite too. Snowflake obsidian is excellent for releasing guilt as well as helping to recognize any patterns you have that are getting in your own way. Helpful too for calming overstimulation and generally balancing the body, mind, spirit connection. Helpful too for hope after loss as well as inner peace, inner harmony. And wonderful too for supporting our intuitive senses that we hear, so clairaudience. So that is snowflake obsidian. This is really my favorite go-to for feelings around guilt for sure. But yeah, peridot as well. And as far as feeling like you're not enough, yellow calcite can really help that because it supports the solar plexus, which is your center of self and personal identity. That helps you to sort of see who you are and feel more of your own presence. This can help with things like boundaries as well as setting priorities based on your wants, needs, desires. And even more importantly, helps to release the feeling of needing approval of others before you move forward. Helps too with confidence and motivation and just any kind of blockages around who you are as a person and the value and validity of everything that you are. So that is yellow calcite. Let's go ahead and put these out here for now. And yeah, keep me posted. Let me know if that's helpful. But I hope that everything's going well. I hope that that's supportive of you, and I'm so glad that you're here. So let's go ahead. Thank you, Still Not Still. For Jennifer Vatsa, seasonal depression, fast influx of cash, creative planning for 2024. Ooh, and you got some good stones selected for you. Hey, Joanna. And Zoa Bubbles, welcome in. Oh, good. I'm glad Still Not Still. Awesome. So let's do a couple of Jens, a couple of Chris's, and then a couple of Patties or Keys. And then I'm going to keep going through everybody's requests. So Aqua Aura, Cinnabar, Manifestation Quartz, and Moonstone. And for Patty, we had Septarian, Rose Selenite, Red Tiger Eye, and Honey Calcite. And for Chris, we will grab some Sapphire. Oh, we've already got some Moonstone, I think. Yeah, we do. Sapphire. We've got Desert Rose Selenite. Let's get some Emerald. Aventurine, which I think will also complement some of JS's requests, and Rhodochrosite. And we'll keep on going through everybody's request. I will get to everybody's request today. Okay, cool. So seeing the best of me, seeing the best of life, finding a home of my own that's right for me. So definitely at least part of that we can support when it comes to seeing the best in yourself, seeing like a bigger potential, expanding your vision of your soul's potential. Aventurine's really helpful for that. This can also be really helpful for the sty in the eye. because this helps with eye problems. So this is green aventurine. This helps to expand our vision of our soul's potential, helps us to kind of dream big and keep from limited thinking. Wonderful too for fertility, allergies, and heart rhythms, as well as in general just encouraging you to explore the idea that you might be capable of more than you think. This is my favorite one for things like tech phobia, or folks that are like, I could never do that. I could never learn that. That's too hard. I could never do that. Hang out with aventurine. It might change your mind. So I hope that helps you all. Emerald is really helpful for healing skin and tissue, as well as anything with the upper respiratory tract, the lungs. If you're dealing with a cold, allergies, asthma, bronchitis, wonderful. Also helpful for confidence about our appearance, and in a way letting go of pain around the finer points of our issues with our body, particularly the Achilles heel we all have, the things about our appearance that we're most sensitive about. This helps to give us a little bit more confidence there. Also great for restoring our zest for life, getting us wanting to go out, have fun, do things. And this camera is just bugging out. There we go. Sorry about that. Sapphire also helps the eyes. So this may help with the sty as well. So sapphire is helpful for bringing about speedy justice. It's supportive for the thyroid, as well as I mentioned, the eyes and ears. It's also thought to support those with dementia, as well as those who care for and about them. This is also a superb stone for really intense intuition, channeling, mediumship, especially for those of you who do that work for other people. This can even help you to find the best words to relay your impressions to your querent. So we will bring this in. It also helps with envisioning like a positive outcome to things that feel quite daunting and scary and treacherous. So that is sapphire. Rhodochrosite helps with mother and child bonding, as well as healing a lot of the maternal types of wounds that we might have. Helpful too for things like telepathy, connection to our ancestors and animal companions. Great for asthma and stress headaches. And overall, just a lovely stone of nurturing. So that is rhodochrosite. Next, we'll bring in a little bit of aqua aura, and I feel like this is a good time, as good a time as any, to mention what I usually do. I am absolutely the healing arts person who's going to say, do all the things that help you. I am totally honest about, I use antidepressants, and I meditate, and I do Reiki, and I do all the things I possibly can, including hang out with crystals. And this is one that's really helped me with depression. I don't feel like anything I do is a replacement for anything else, but more like a complement to everything else. Aqua aura is a stone that started its life as clear quartz and was put through a process using gold, which actually turned it blue. Not a lot is written about these. Not a lot of folks work with them. Lots of folks do report that this has helped them with depression. I hung out with it to see how it felt. I found it very helpful. So I hope that this helps with anyone struggling there. And again, that's called aqua aura. Next is moonstone. This is really helpful for connecting with the patterns and rhythms of nature, as well as, and especially lunar cycles. So if you do any kind of full moon, new moon magic, this is also really helpful for connecting with the divine feminine, attracting love, learning, especially healing arts and connection to particularly older spiritual pursuits, gaining that wisdom. This is also very protective of women as well as travelers. It helps with boosting intuition and with releasing patterns that no longer serve. This is very effective at attracting your romantic partner. So there we go with moonstone. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let me move those in just a little bit. Okay. Even out the grid there just a little bit. Here is Cinnabar. Now, Cinnabar is, it's actually mercury. Humans have used it for thousands of years, and it is way toxic, way toxic. So only the teeny little bits of red are actually cinnabar. Sometimes if you see it like this, where it's just a little bit embedded in quartz, like this specimen here, you might notice that it's sold instead of as cinnabar, as cinnabrite. But basically, this is a wonderful stone for attracting financial abundance, especially to a business. This has long been considered the merchant stone, and it's thought to help attract customers. So I hope that this helps all those small business owners out there, including myself. And manifestation quartz is exactly what it sounds like. And here you can possibly see in there a little bit that there is just what seems like a little bit of a halo in there. And that's actually another impression of the peak that it makes, the point that it comes to. This particular piece of quartz is very helpful for putting manifestations into to be released to the universe. So consider it like your birthday candle for any kind of intentions you have for the universe. So definitely go ahead and put those towards the manifestation quartz. Next, we have desert rose selenite. This can be really helpful with taking the many steps needed towards a larger goal. It's also really helpful for property and paperwork around property, especially property closures and things. I also have some notes I've written about it. Let me just bring those up. Okay. It is wonderful for men's health as well as supporting the health and well-being of our animal companions. Wonderful too for stomach upset, especially around like travel tummy. Helps the body to fight off things like viruses and helps to clear the skin. And it can be wonderful for in a way relaunching ourselves after any kind of big loss, any kind of big pivot in our life. This can be really helpful. So that is desert rose selenite, and these form just like this. They're really pretty. So we will go ahead and bring these in. Actually, let's go ahead and put those on top of the moonstone. If they feel like cooperating, that is. There we go. Wonderful. Awesome. Let's see who else has come in. Renee, welcome in. Good to see you. Honey calcite helps with attracting the best people into our life right here and now. This works with both the solar plexus, which is that center of self and personal identity, as well as our sacral, which is the center of relationships and how we relate to, broadly speaking, the world and community, but more importantly, the closer relationships. Also helpful for women after and during menopause. And in general, just finding the best friends, the best new neighbors, manifesting the best new colleagues anytime that it serves. So that is honey calcite. Septarian is another stone that's wonderful for the solar plexus. This is really helpful for doing that internal work, working to grow and mature emotionally, helping to feel comfortable with our own vulnerability as we journey inward, taking a deep, honest look at our beliefs, our habits, our motivations, and see if all of these are really working in alignment for our highest good, or if maybe we can adjust some things. Wonderful too for understanding about yourself and the identity crisis kind of issues. Also helpful for muscle pain and skin wounds. So that is Septarian. Septarian also sometimes gets called dragon egg. And if you see a larger piece, it does kind of look like it would be a dragon's egg. And red tiger eye, very helpful for attracting financial abundance in a hurry. Also really helpful for protection, whether it's something malevolent spiritually or from something more mundane like a bully, someone picking on you, someone trying to sow malcontent or wreak havoc in your life. This helps to kind of put the quash on that and also help to just kind of calm them down maybe a little bit. So that is red tiger eye. This is a great stone for anyone that's encountering any kind of bullying. And we usually think of school children with that because, that's the maturity level, but it happens a lot with adults too. So there we go. So that's red tiger eye. And let's see what else we have here. Hey, MC. Oh, you missed yesterday's stream. Oh, it's okay. I'm here today. Hope everyone's doing well. You're asking for healing from grief and good vibes to help your cat's seizures. Oh, gotcha. Definitely help that. So let's see. Definitely have some good stones for grief. So let's go ahead with that. Let's do some jet, some leopard skin jasper, and let's also do some malachite. Okay, so malachite is wonderful for things like depression, anxiety, as well as processing really painful emotions without getting stuck in sort of the maelstrom of doom and gloom and things will never get better, but really moving through those emotions with authenticity, but not completely resigning to sadness. This is one that is good after a breakup, through the end of a marriage, after losing a loved one, or anything that really has you in the depths. Helpful too, so it's thought for things like seizure activity. So for your cat, I hope that this is helpful too. But it's also wonderful for arthritis and inflammation and pain as well. So we will bring that in. So that is malachite. And we'll put that right behind the snowflake obsidian. Jet is my favorite stone for grief. This is wood that's been fossilized through incredibly high heat, like volcanic activity kind of heat. Wonderful for the grief, and much like malachite, not getting, going into the depths, being present with your grief, experiencing that, honoring that process, while at the same time not getting stuck in that process. Helps too with protection, especially like evil eye type stuff or paranormal types of stuff, as well as anyone who is working through hospice, either for themselves or for a loved one or even their companion animal. So that is jet. And leopard skin jasper is our favorite for helping to heal animals. This also helps us to bond with our animal companions. Wonderful for also connecting with our animal guides and guardians. Helpful too for anything that impacts the skin, as well as coordination and balance. And absolutely love it. It's wonderful too for attracting a significant romantic relationship. So there we go. So that is leopard skin jasper. And so thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Okay. Let's get some tree agate for flower. And we'll get some chevron amethyst. And fuchsite and epidote. As well as rose quartz, carnelian, start there. So tree agate is considered sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. You may be familiar with the chakras. They are the biggest parts of that energy system. This is a stone that helps with balancing all of the energy in the body on a much finer level, more like the physical level. So in addition to like the bigger chakras, there's a system that brings physical energy to the body, much like you might think of acupuncture meridians. And those are called nadi, N-A-D-I in English. That's thought to basically support all of your basic body functions. This helps to bring it all back into balance and harmony, regardless of how it got out of balance, what's required to put it back into balance. It's considered tridoshic, meaning it balances all three of the main body types, irregardless of how they're showing up in imbalance. And it helps on the physical, but it also helps on the mental, emotional, and spiritual too. So that's tree agate. Rose quartz we're probably most familiar with as being a really heart-centered stone, and it very much is. It's a stone that helps support compassion, especially compassion for yourself, as well as helping to support a really depleted heart center. If you feel emotionally empty or run down, or feel like you just really need something soft and gentle, something supportive, rose quartz is always an easy go-to. It's also really helpful for shifting into new ways of holding relationships. It's a way to see yourself as deserving love and being worthy of love. So that is rose quartz. Let's go ahead and just sneak this under some malachite, because they do go together so well. Carnelian is another stone that can help with attracting a significant relationship, and it's really helpful for creativity. It's really everything that has to do with the sacral chakra. So this is also things like healing wounds, colds and allergies, really supportive of that, but all of the relationships up to and including the closest relationships in our lives, the romantic relationships, certainly. This covers things like fertility and sexual function, but this is also like working along with people, maybe at work, at home, neighbors, family members, friends, all of the relationships in our life. And definitely, like I said, creativity, because that comes from the sacral chakra as well. So that is carnelian, beautiful deep orange. Next is chevron amethyst, and this is helpful for anything that is degenerative, things that break down over time. So whether that's something like a degenerative disc or something like neurodegenerative, something like MS, these are thought very, very supportive. You might see what we're calling as chevrons as these kind of fine lines that kind of go diagonal and even make a letter V. If these specimens were larger, you would notice that kind of chevron pattern. It's also really helpful for taking what we're manifesting, our prayers, our wishes, our desires, up to spirit and helping us to better hear that response. Helpful too for tolerance of others, spiritual and psychic protection, as well as clairvoyance, the visions and things that we see visually from intuition. So if you're going to be doing something like shamanic journeying or visionary meditation, or if you scry, this is a lovely stone to work with. And again, that's chevron amethyst. And epidote, really helpful for recovering from illness and injury. One of my favorites for dealing with that negative self-talk, the way that we speak to ourselves. If you're trying to shift the way that you speak to yourself, epidote, absolutely work with it. Super helpful. Wonderful too for connecting with the fairy realm, kind of resetting the nervous system if you've been overwhelmed or and feeling kind of difficult to be embodied. Wonderful too for the skin and for the brain, especially. This is often thought of as having a positive impact on individuals with things like Parkinson's. So that is epidote. So there we go. There we go. Awesome. Let's see who else is coming in. Hey, Vic. Lots of love. Lots of love, Vic. Oh, you bought some Cinnabrite to help with your small business, MC? I'm so glad to hear that you did. Oh, awesome. Let me know how it works out for you. It can be a really hard stone to find sometimes. Samantha, Merry Christmas. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. I hope your dog is doing well. Awesome. Let's also go with some fuchsite, some Herkimer, regular selenite, iolite, blue apatite, lapis, selenite is super helpful when it comes to clearing our energy field and with connecting to our guides. This can also be used to clear the energy of crystals or even a space. I actually keep a big piece of selenite just beneath the grid, just out of the camera's view for every crystal grid that we do. And I'm going to go ahead and put a piece in here to mark Chris's intentions. We'll also bring in some fuchsite, which is so helpful with having fun. Who was going through Christmas and thinking like, but all these things that I need to do, This is a stone that helps you be in that present moment and just enjoy fun for the sake of fun, which can be really rejuvenating and restorative. Helpful too for working with the inner child. Spinal alignment, sleep disturbances, also really helpful for, thought helpful at least for carpal tunnel and just self-care in general. So that is fuchsite. And yes, this is some of nature's glitter. There we go. So that's fuchsite. Blue apatite is helpful for, as funny as it is, given that its name is apatite. This helps with our relationship with food, whatever that might look like to you in whatever way it can shift into the positive, weight loss, weight gain. If you want to simply have a more healthy outlook on food or change the role it plays in your life, this is a great supportive stone to work with. Also really helpful when it comes to learning your soul's purpose and having the courage to enact your soul's purpose. Also helpful for strengthening your energy field or aura. If you're empathic, if you take on the energy of others really quickly, this can help you to gradually get a little bit of a tougher shell in a sense so that you're less inclined to do that. Wonderful too for inner harmony and inner peace. So we will bring in blue apatite. Herkimer is very, very helpful for being in the present moment and also for allowing yourself to relax and like getting into that really relaxing place. It's helpful too for balancing disharmonious energy, helpful for metabolism as well as connection to intuition, and most importantly to empower manifestation. So we will bring this in. That's Herkimer diamond, not a diamond at all. These are a type of quartz, just simple clear quartz that formed in the earth near the Herkimer, New York region in the US as these double terminated or double point pieces here. There we go. Hey, Maria. Oh, absolutely. You're not the only one today. Yeah, the holidays really bring it out. The holidays really bring it out, and it is a hard day, for sure. But I will bring up some more support in just a few moments as well. But I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. Lapis can be really helpful for pain and inflammation, as well as opening up new career opportunities. Very helpful for integrity, follow through, owning up to our commitments. Really helpful for personal responsibility, as well as honest, open truth in communication. Helpful too for the inner ear, specifically hearing loss and vertigo, and lovely for anyone that's trying to get more organized in life. This helps to break through the patterns around disorganization. So that is lapis lazuli. Yeah, holidays are no fun at all for me. I know they are for other people, and I love that other people enjoy them, but yeah, they can be really rough. And even when you have the best of holidays, they can be rough. It can be both. It can be a very conflicting time. So this is labradorite, which helps with better sleep and also with workplace harmony, especially in customer service positions. This can help with calming disputes. Wonderful too for clairvoyance, that's your spiritual sight, and for enjoying travel. So for those of you who might be traveling during a holiday season with Mercury retrograde in play, lots of this for you. Also wonderful for research and study, as well as detailed attention or even finding errors, especially in a small error in a lot of data. If you know a coder or a programmer, this is a perfect stone for them. This is also lovely for anyone that just does very exacting kinds of work. So that is labradorite. And iolite is yet another stone that can help with weight loss if that is a goal that you have. It's super helpful for intuition, especially that visual component of our intuition. What we see, whether it's in dreams or when we meditate or anything, even shamanic journeying, this can really support that. Helpful too for better sleep, as well as money management and even fever. So that is iolite. Where can we squeeze you in, iolite? Looks like we have a little room here. Let's do that. Okay. Awesome. And I just want to grab the other ones, Chris Hex. I want to make sure I get them all. I think that's it. Yeah, garnet and ruby for sure. Awesome. So let's see. We need to help JS with finding a home that's right. And feel like red tiger eye and tourmalinated quartz can help that. So black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy, and when it goes through quartz, whether it's clear or colored in this case, it's thought to really break up old stuck energy, like the pain from trauma and the memories of trauma that make us not want to move forward or risk re-experiencing anything. So this can really help to break up old stuck trauma, especially from earlier in life, so that you can more easily deal with it and work through it like one bite at a time rather than one giant mess at a time. It's also very protective of travelers, especially if you're traveling by car, and it helps with finding new jobs, new revenue streams, new ways of earning too. wonderful for luck as well, and for grounding nervous energy, releasing a lot of nervous energy too. Also thought to help the heart in terms of blockages and things like that, like supporting healthy flow within the heart. So let's go ahead and put this tourmalinated quartz right here. That can help with breaking up any patterns that are making it difficult to root or ground, and it can also help with the luck aspect and for revenue, for helping you settle. Additionally, what can be helpful for finding a nice place of your own that kind of suits your needs. Red jasper, it's a very grounding, rooting stone. It helps with the root chakra, which is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, fear and safety, those kinds of things. This can very much help with that, looking for that grounding, rooting place to be, like your nest, if you will. Helpful too for empowerment, standing up to injustices and bullying, and helping with psychic and spiritual protection too. This is one that can help you when you feel like you're not grounded in your body, to feel more connected with your physical needs. Wonderful too for the emotional issues that come from a long-term illness or injury, like the recovery process might be lengthy. This is definitely helpful, as well as just feeling everything everything in the root chakra kind of chilling out. So if you've been dealing with a lot of anxiety around moving or around anything in general, red jasper can be really helpful with that. So I'm going to bring that in. So I hope that helps you with finding your best, most comfortable place that helps with meeting all your basic needs. So there's your red jasper. Let's also do, and for seeing the future and stuff too, like envisioning what's possible in the future and something good for yourself. This is also going to help with the several of you that are quitting smoking. That's picture jasper. So this is great for smoking cessation, but definitely for really positive envisioning of the future. Like if you're brainstorming of goals and ideas and thoughts and possibilities. This is one that helps you to see the big picture for new adventures. It's also helpful if you're planning something big, like a big shift in life, a new career path, moving far away, especially if you're going to be moving or traveling to new cultures or places where people speak different languages. This can really help with broadening the horizons and helping you open to see the potential for something like that. Wonderful too for the kidneys, as well as just seeing the big picture of potential. So that is picture jasper. Picture jasper also goes by desert jasper. It's the same stone, and you can kind of see why. It looks like a picture. It looks like the desert. It looks like a picture of the desert. So kind of makes sense there. Welcome in, everyone. If you haven't hit the like button, please consider doing so. Sorry, regular YouTuber stuff. And let's see what else we have. All the best to you, JS. Keep us posted. Oh, thank you, Renee, for the reminder on the like button. I appreciate that. Let's do some of Vic's. Let's see. Vic and Maria. So, heavy grief and depression. We've got Aqua Aura. We've got Jet. That's my most powerful grief type stone. Let's also bring in green onyx. Malachite's helpful there. Green onyx. Let's bring in some dragon's blood too. So this is dragon's blood, also sometimes goes as dragon stone, not to be confused with septarian, which sometimes goes as dragon's egg. I know, totally confusing. But yeah, this is dragonstone. This is another stone that's really helpful for grief and for moving through any kind of grief or loss, whether it's loss of an individual or of an opportunity or a business or a home, anything like that. It helps you to learn from your mistakes and to have the courage and strength to create lasting change. Wonderful too for patience with yourself, especially as you grow and continue on the road to self-improvement. Wonderful for optimism, happiness, and wisdom, as well as helping support the immune system and generally kind of reset and support the nervous system. So let's go ahead and bring this in. It's also thought helpful for the thyroid if anyone's struggling with issues there. So that's dragonstone or dragon's blood. And like I was talking about earlier, let's bring in some green onyx. Lovely stone of the heart. This is great for really intense sadness, loneliness, as well as grief. It helps with having to move forward even though we're still in emotional pain, as well as supporting us during really intense emotional kind of, I don't want to say breakdown, but maybe that. Yeah, this helps with the really intense feelings of grief. This is one that can really sit with the heart chakra and sit with you while you're feeling your most vulnerable. Helps too with making your decisions, especially when you're in a position that you'd best to not be making decisions, but you have to. This can help you to make those decisions in alignment with your highest good. So, yes, this is definitely one of my emotional first aid type stones. And green onyx, if you do look for it out in the world, sometimes it looks like this, and sometimes it's a very light, almost like beige pistachio type color, and almost like barely green. So it can be anywhere in that realm. Hey Lee, I hope you're doing well. Let's also grab some garnet. This was requested by Chris. This helps with organization. So if anyone has those goals post-holiday, putting stuff away, getting in order, really helpful. It also supports courage as well as practicality, taking a new look at old tasks and taking a big expansive view of future tasks so that you can find the best way to get things done with the most respect for your time, and really just helping with the more managerial mind space. Wonderful too for finding any kind of strength and balance as you encounter any kind of big change in life. Can help you feel a little bit more rooted, connected, and in charge. So that's garnet. And ruby really supports garnet too. So ruby helps with giving us the courage to be ourselves, as well as supporting our leadership skills and giving us some good management qualities. Helpful too for fibromyalgia pain, as well as love and fertility. So that is ruby. I'm just gonna put that right here by garnet because they go together so well. Awesome. So I hope that helps everyone. Let's see. For Vic, let's see. Usual stuff, emotional stability, harmony with housemates. Harmony with housemates, I've got Herkimer and Carnelian are both in the grid, and I think both of them are really supportive for harmony with housemates. Communication, let's bring in some sodalite. Female stuff, we absolutely have some pink tourmaline in there. That is excellent for all kinds of female stuff, as is indigo gabbro, which also goes by mystic merlinite. This is wonderful for everything from like menstrual cramping through menopause. This is a helpful stone. On the more mental emotional kind of level, this is an excellent stone for taking a deep look at ourselves, seeing what ways we kind of our own worst enemy, or we can contribute to our lack of lack of movement, lack of motion, this is one that helps you to kind of take a peek and say, oh, I have this tendency, and maybe let's find the root of that so that I can move on from this tendency and leave it behind. So it's wonderful for that. That's often referred to as shadow healing. Helpful too for intuition, dreams, meditation, and for just in general following your heart. So that is indigo gabbro or mystic merlinite. So there we go. And for communication, let's bring in some sodalite. And I've mentioned this before. This is one of my favorite stones for Mercury retrograde, which gets a really horrible rap. You would think like it's the end of the world, when really it's just the planet of communication from our vantage point on Earth seems to be moving backwards in the sky. And it's a time to revisit ourselves and do inner communication rather than the external communication, which is why it's so hard to communicate right now. It's like we're talking to people as though we're talking to ourselves, and other people are hearing themselves more than hearing you. So yeah, but overall, this is a wonderful remedy to help with that. Even when Mercury retrograde isn't an issue, this is a stone that can help you to truly express yourself, whether that's vocally through words, whether it's through sing, dance, performance, whether it's through writing, however you express yourself, this helps you to get that across. Wonderful too for relieving menopause symptoms, coming to terms with any kind of issue around aging, and wonderful for grounding impulses, as well as helping with homesickness, which can be kind of a big deal around the holidays too. So that is some sodalite. So let's go ahead and put some of that around. There we go. There we go. And joints. Joints, will bring in some howlite. This is wonderful for the joints, whether it's an acute injury or like kind of a chronic pain or chronic dysfunction. It's also helpful for the bones, whether it's something like an injury, a fracture, or if it's more long-term, if you're dealing with like bone integrity issues or you're trying to build bone density, this can be helpful. Wonderful too, and really excellent for anger, resentment, and frustration. And if this holiday doesn't bring it out, no, we all have anger, we all have resentment, we all have frustration. This is a superb stone to work with for all of those issues. It's also thought helpful for teeth and gums. So that is howlite. And next I'm going to bring in some lepidolite, which is lithium mica. And lithium mica, basically it's like it's kind of like a purplish gray kind of mica. Yeah. Lithium mica, lithium, yeah, like the batteries, like the medication. Yes, lithium. So this has been used internally as medication as far back as the ancient Greeks, and it is used now in modern medicine. This is a prescription you can get. It, as an internal medication, definitely do not DIY this one. People react radically differently one to the next in terms of taking it internally. But as far as carrying around the stone and working with the energy of the crystal, it works really well for everyone, and it's great for emotional stability and also with understanding any deeper things that are impacting our mental stability in terms of thoughts and beliefs and patterns. It helps us to kind of review those and release any that maybe don't serve us. Helps too with soothing and calming the emotions, as well as just general understanding. Helps too with discernment, especially should I stay or should I go. But yeah, it's just great for mental health in general. And again, not as an internally taken thing, more like a carried with you kind of thing. So let's see where else we have here. Awesome. Self-acceptance. Let's do blue kyanite. And I also saw for dream recall. There's definitely pre-night for that, but especially for anyone that might be struggling with understanding intuitive messages that are coming through, blue kyanite can be really helpful with that. Additionally, this is helpful for just radical self-acceptance and self-love, loving yourself exactly as you are before you change anything. Wonderful too for, or at least thought to be helpful for neurological care, as well as healthy, like making healthy changes in your life, whether that's some of you are quitting smoking, some of you are losing weight. This can help support whatever that intention may be. Also helpful for harmonizing like spite and pettiness. So it's generally a great stone all around. But let's bring in this blue kyanite. And next I want to bring in some pre-night. This can really help with like things like dream recall or lucid dreaming. It helps with a lot of intuitive types of things, especially more rigid practices of them. Things like definitely lucid dreaming, like prophecy, any kind of divination, whether it's tarot, astrology, or even scrying, anything like that. Helps too with calming our mind during meditation so it'll stop wandering and we can be present. Wonderful too for spiritual learning and spiritual teaching. It's almost like it holds a great classroom for spiritual things. And it's superb for refusing unfair demands, which seem to come around the holidays. So definitely bringing this in. So this can be helpful there. So let's bring this in. Right here, right here. Awesome. Increasing energy, ADHD symptoms, maintaining focus. Gotcha. Yellow tiger eye. Yellow calcite's in the grid already, but yellow tiger eye, let's add that. ADHD. And mental focus. So mental focus and physical energy. One of our favorites is bumblebee jasper. This does have high amounts of sulfur as well as arsenic, so do be careful with it. But this helps with mental focus as well as physical energy. It also is very motivating, so it's one that makes you want to like dive in and get the work done and feel like you want to do the tasks that you need to do. Helpful too for collaborative work as well as just positivity and confidence. So we will bring this in. But yeah, lots of mental focus and clarity too. So let's put this here. Yellow tiger eye is great for study and research and can be very, very helpful when it comes to protection, especially protection from envy and jealousy. It's a helpful one too for expansive thinking. So this is one that can help you to see the bigger picture, see how all the little parts come together and how they relate to one another, which is how it can help with studying and how it can also help with like, there's a lot of detective type emphasis with this stone. It's wonderful too for courage, strength, feeling convicted in your sense of purpose, balance, as well as entrepreneurship with that big level thinking, but also seeing how everything relates, like every single thing relates to the next and everything else. So that's a very helpful stone if you're writing, say, a business plan, or if you're figuring out just a scenario that pops up every day when you own a business. So that is blue tiger eye. Or sorry, not blue tiger eye, golden tiger eye. And for ADHD and that kind of stuff, chalcopyrite or peacock ore is really helpful for executive function. That's organized thinking, planning, and a lot of things that would come up with ADHD, and in some cases PTSD, which I struggle with. Other issues as well, like can see issues with executive function. This is also really helpful with rebirth, the sense of like being born anew and starting afresh. So if anyone's looking to kind of turn the page after a big shift in life, this is another stone that can help. And this was a gift from Chris, so thank you, Chris. Okay, cool. So I hope that that helps, Lee. I see that that'll be helpful for Patty as well. Gotcha. So soulmate energy, new friendships, meeting the right romantic soulmate, peace to all. Awesome. For attracting that soulmate relationship, we have moonstone, leopard skin jasper, and carnelian all there to help. We also have honey calcite, which is really helpful for attracting the best people into your life right now. Friends, neighbors, all of the above. So that's there and very helpful. And I think you had also warding off black magic, curses, things like that. Definitely for that, jet is extremely protective, as well as red tiger eye. Protection for car and things like that would be more smoky quartz. Smoky quartz since the Middle Ages, this has been a stone of protecting property. So it's also superb for calm and relaxation, just helping you chill out as well. Wonderful too for transmutation. It actually shifts the energy for the better, as well as just general protection for you, not just your stuff. Helpful too for breaking up energy blockages. So let's bring in some smoky quartz. And let's do that. Just gonna go ahead and put some of these right here in this very powerful center area. So I hope that that helps. Workplace piece is definitely labradorite as well as carnelian and Herkimer diamond, all of which are there. And there's moss agate as well as leopard skin jasper for your dog's ears. Hey, Lila Ray. Something for your husband's back pain. Absolutely. Luck and prosperity angels. Gotcha. And also for Patty, pink kunzite, I can put that in for you. Manifestation, staying grateful, positive. Gotcha. Yeah, we've got some good stones for all of those things in there. Let's bring in some pink kunzite by request. So this helps with, this is very much the stone of compassion. Whenever I hold it, I feel like I can see the Kuan Yin. And this is like compassion for others, but also showing compassion for yourself, and helps with attracting love that's based in like long-term commitment, as well as helping with healing the heart after heartache, heartbreak, and loss. Helpful too for the hormones, as well as anyone that might be going through puberty. This can be a really helpful stone, as well as chemical sensitivities and skin types of allergies, nerve pain, and mother-baby bonding. This is also thought really helpful for sleepless babies. Of course, don't put it near the baby. Put them in the room far away from baby. choking hazards are not holistic healing. No, different thing. But this is also helpful too for even like toxic workplaces. So this will also help Sam with the request for workplace, as well as anytime anyone's going through anesthesia, this can help like reintegrating after that anesthesia process. So that's pink kunzite. Everybody's a little different with, or a lot different with things like anesthesia. And some people handle it better than others. And with me, it's always kind of a crapshoot, but usually it's not very good. And this is definitely one that, you know, I would bring with me next time. So that's pink kunzite. For clarity of the angels, celestite. This is very much connecting to the angel realm. This is what happens to angelite stone after it's under the right circumstances within the Earth's crust. It basically turns into celestite over time. So very angelic stone. It helps us to connect not only with our angels, but also our spirit guides and just divine communication in general. It's a very high vibrational stone, very much focused on the upper chakras. So this can fundamentally shift our experience of pain. And it's also really helpful for discernment. So if you're having a hard time deciding what these intuitive messages you're getting mean, like, is that intuition? Is that fear? Is that logic? What is that? This helps with figuring that out. So that is celestite. Amazonite is going to be helpful for the spine and spinal nerves. And it can also be very calming, and it helps with luck. It's also wonderful for self-care, helping even the most selfless people to take that time to focus on themselves. It also helps with a lot of self-respect in that regard, saying, hey, I absolutely deserve the same caliber of care and concern that I would show someone else. And so that can be really groundbreaking for some. So let's go ahead and put that in here. There we go. And there we go. So that is Amazonite. We also have lapis and malachite to help with pain and inflammation. And we have a Hattie. Hi, come on up. Did you get the message? It's time for Reiki? Come on up. Yeah. No. Do you have any purrs for us today? Oh, the good girl. Thank you for being here. She always knows when it's Reiki time, man. She knows. The animals, they know. Oh, peacock ore is in there already. Let's add some crazy lace agate for Dell, because I think it would also be a good match for us today. Oops, hitting the mic. Yeah, let's bring in some crazy lace agate. This helps with balance and courage, as well as dealing with phobias. It can help with courage, confidence, protection of the skin, eyes, and speech. And it's also wonderful for the heart center as well as the solar plexus. And the solar plexus definitely seems like it's a big issue today for sure. It also helps with loaning lots of physical energy and in general helping to connect to the energy of the past. So we can bring in, there we go. Oh, are you stealing my arm away from everyone? Yes? Okay, well, I gotcha. So let's see. So we got that for Dell. Okay, we got your husband's back pain. I hope that helps, Lila Ray. Awesome. So I think we got it all. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and, awesome. You're super welcome, Patty. So everyone go ahead. I'm going to do that thing that I do where I explain what Reiki is, a little bit of how it works, and how to make the most of your session. And while I do that, if you could, go ahead and lift the energy of the space that you're in, which will also, because we're all interconnected, lift the energy for all of us. Go ahead and do that the simplest way possible, but still effective, by just thinking of all the things you're grateful for. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already, and then type all those things you're grateful for into the chat. And we're going to get into the Reiki very, very soon. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. Usually I talk about what is Reiki first, but I'll start in with, if you don't know already, I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. Today is the 26th of December, 2023, and it is the last day that you can use the coupon code ShopSmall2023 with no spaces. That's ShopSmall2023. That'll save you 20% on all crystals and all gift certificates for distance sessions as well as tarot readings, including for your own services. So go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com when you have a moment if you're interested in those. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing in the West, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. And this particular method was created by Mikao Usui in early 1920s Japan, during a time in Japan's history where even if you were misunderstood to be teaching something that looked like a religion, very, very serious consequences indeed. So this particular method of energy healing was deeply spiritual, yet completely secular. And I think that's a big part of why we in the West love it so much. The understanding of what energy is at the foundation of Usui Reiki, for that we're best to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is interconnected. It's thought that spirit, in this case, however you define spirit, provides this spiritually guided soul energy, which is what Reiki translates to from Japanese, and that this is the energy that supports our body, mind, and spirit moment to moment through our resilience and through just going through our day-to-day and healing from big things and small. During this session, essentially what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy that's already flowing through you, through me, through everyone and everything, and essentially direct more of that energy to you to support your body, mind, and spirit and all the things they already do for you, so that they more or less can support you in even more, targeted and personal kinds of ways. During this session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may have some emotions rise up or get released. You may also experience some nice opportunity to think things through and even hear your subconscious and kind of find some mental clarity that you've been searching for. You may also have some spiritual clarity or intuition, or in a way like a big resolution or epiphany. You may also have a really relaxing nap, and that's very much encouraged. But the cool thing to know is that the only thing that's required to get Reiki is to just be open to it, and by being here, you already are. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent or quiet. However you show up, Reiki will support you in just that way. So generally, I suggest that you just go ahead and find a nice comfy place to be. Sitting up, laying down, either one is totally appropriate. You can close your eyes and maybe even take a nap. You may also find this time like maybe not so like chill relaxing, you may want to incorporate this time into something else, like some yoga, some stretching, some journaling. Whatever feels right for you in this time, there's no wrong way to enjoy your Reiki session. So you can't do it wrong. So just go ahead and enjoy however you are, wherever you are. And if at any point you feel like you want to go a little deeper into your session, or if you get distracted, simply go ahead and take a deep breath in and out, and it'll kind of rebalance everything and pull you right back in. For the duration of the session, which is 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe, and I will turn the music up. If you enjoy the music, definitely check out the link at the bottom of the description. That's our musical creator. You can listen to all of her lovely music on her channel or even visit her website. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you will hear my voice, come back in, invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to your body. And at that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you in chat. So I'll be able to answer your questions or even hear your experiences if you feel inclined to share. So yeah, thank you for being here. I am here 5 times a week, so you can make this part of your regular routine. And also know that Reiki is not limited to the limitations of the humankind. The Reiki energy itself is not limited to being in one place at one time like I am. Whenever you're watching this video, this energy is here for you to enjoy. For those of you who are here live, know that you can always enjoy any of my past healing live streams anytime you feel like a need for Reiki. Just go ahead and visit that list, pick any of the streams that you want, and enjoy when it works for you. So let's go ahead back. Let's take a peek at that grid that all of you inspired. Thank you. And then get into the healing. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So let's see. Oh, I love the gratitudes. And I especially love this one from Joanna. I am grateful for tea tree oil even though it's stinky. Right? That stuff is great, and yet it's stinky. But it works. Oh, thank you for all these beautiful, beautiful things. So I'm going to go ahead and start the Reiki. So go ahead and enjoy, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, go right ahead. Hattie is purring right along. Oh, big stretch for a little cat. Nothing like some kitty purrs to bring you back. You're so welcome, Chris. Chris, how's Eva doing? You're so welcome, Joanna. Thank you so much for being here. So much love to you. Oh, and Patty, thank you so much. That was really sweet, what you wrote in your gratitudes. I appreciate it. You're super welcome, Renee. It's always wonderful to see you. I'm glad you're well. Oh, Eva's on medication now, but still coughing. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the vet saw her and has her started on the meds. But yeah, I hope she gets better soon. Keep me posted. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care. I will be here tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Friday at 4 and 8 p.m. Sunday, New Year's Eve at 8 p.m. And then we'll do something extra special for New Year's Day. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah, definitely our furry family. Okay, cool. I'll keep Eva in my thoughts too. Okay. Well, lots of love to everyone. Take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.